All right, we are recording. Welcome to Power Hour, everybody. Good to see you all. It is Thursday, April the 11th, and appreciate y'all jumping on. And there's Mr. Carlos. I believe he just joined the business literally a day before. Glad you're on. All right, excellent, excellent. So what I want to go over tonight, I've got a couple of different, hey, good to see you, Claire. I got a couple of topics that I want to go over. But we've got some new people on. Hey, you see the whole crew there. That's awesome. See Jake and Candace and Claire, Michelle. That's awesome. I think they just finished up with the PBR. That's wonderful. So welcome to all the new people on the team. If you haven't met me before, my name is Casey Salge, and glad you're here. We have these power hours on Monday nights and Thursday nights at this time. Make sure you're on the Power Hour group so that you'll see any announcements on that. But what this is for is basically to get around the campfire. This is for continuing education. This is for you all to ask questions. This is to make sure that you know that there is a place that you can go to keep learning about this profession. And when you first get started, it can be scary. There's a lot to go over. There's a lot of different moving parts. But when it's all said and done, there's just a couple of key things that you do in this business. And if you can get good at those key things and keep yourself plugged in, make use of the team that you're a part of, you can blow this business up in a very short order. So the purpose of this is to be able to share a lot of content with you and to answer any questions that you have. Tonight I've got quite a bit that I want to share, so I'm going to jump into that. And then once I get through that information, then if we got some time left over, I'll open that up for any questions or anything that anybody wants to share. But hold on tight. We've got some good stuff that we're going to be going over. So one of the things that I haven't done Power Hour in a while, we just finished up with an event called the Summit. And the Summit was us getting together literally 5 nights a week. We had a short series of in-person presentations that we were doing. We don't do them very often, but we did a round of them. And so that was a great month of doing all that. And I've been missing this group, so it's been great to get back. Many thanks to Mr. David Jones for taking care of Monday nights for us. You've been crushing it, sir. I enjoyed watching it last Monday, and it's nice to sit there and be able to jot down some words of wisdom and do that from people on your own team. So I really appreciate you doing that. And what I want to go over tonight is a little bit of mindset, but the most of it's going to be giving you an idea of the type of business that you're in and making sure that we get rid of some preconceived notions and show you some numbers, show you some ideas on what we're doing, how you can get there, and give you some goalposts to be able to know that, hey, this is what you're shooting for. This is what you want to be able to get to. So when most people get started in this business, it's akin to, and I got this from Eric Worre, one of my mentors in this business, and he's written a great book, and it's the Going Pro in Network Marketing, 7 Skills to be a Network Marketing Professional. One of the things that he mentions, and it's so true, is when somebody first gets started in this business, a lot of times they think of it not as a business, but as a lottery ticket that they just went and purchased, right? It's like a scratch-off ticket where it's got five games on it that if you scratch those 5 off, hopefully one of those is going to hit. And if so, then you won the lucky lottery ticket. You get to go back and you make some money and everybody's excited. So when people get looking at this business, a lot of times what they'll do is when they get started, they think and they go, you know, this sounds like a pretty good business and it sounds like the product's pretty amazing. And they're always talking about, you know, those blueberries and how healthy they are and how everybody's, you know, getting feeling better and their body's healing and this, that, and the other. And sounds good, but on the business side, you know, I know a couple guys that I think, you know, if I get this one lady, man, if she comes on board, oh man, I'm gonna be retired. I'm gonna be set. This person, they know how to talk to they can talk underwater. They can sell sand to a camel. They can sell ice to an Eskimo. They can do if they come into this thing, oh my goodness gracious, I'd be set. And what that is taking something that they perceive as to be risky, and they transfer the risk from themselves to these 5 mythical people that are on their scratch-off ticket. And if any one of those hits, they are in this. They're in, man. They're in. Now, most of the time what will happen is, and a lot of y'all are laughing because you know this is about as accurate as it gets, right? And a lot of you, this is a true statement for a lot. A lot of you are in this business still because one of your first 5 actually won like $2 or $3 on the scratch off. They did a little something. And that got you hooked. Oh, if I could just find a couple more, oh, I get a couple more. I hit $3, I'm gonna go buy 3 more lottery tickets, right? If any of those go, and then, and the first one that you get, that's your mom. Mom's gonna sign up. I mean, holy smokes. Wow. Of course she's gonna sign up. So that's one of them, And then all of a sudden you go out there and you start scratching them off. You call mom, and then mom goes, "What the hell did you joined what? Oh, don't ever call here again." And they hang up on you. And you're like, oh, well, I thought that was a surefire thing. I thought that one at least be at least $2, $3. And all of a sudden, one of the 5 people you thought, that's gone, 20% down the toilet. Now you're down to one of these last 4 got to hit. And if they don't hit, you're done. I want to alleviate any of that concern that you may have in this business. I want you to know that that's not what you bought. That's not what you purchased when you joined this business. When you join this business, you got a box of product. That's one thing. But more of what you got was you actually, truly got a business. A business is a business that is either selling goods or services. They're exchanging those goods or services for money. That's what business is all about. Somebody's going to exchange some good, some product, or some service. They're going to come work on your AC, or they're going to send you something on the Amazon box. Something's going to happen on that front, and you're going to send money. That's a business. This is a business if you treat it right. This is a business if you focus on what we're actually here to do. The model is unique. The model is a little different. And because of that, people get in their head that this is something that it's not. Ultimately, when it's all said and done, this is a business. It's about volume. It's about customers. It's about people purchasing this product. When you look at it from a business. Now, our philosophy for our group, our culture of our group, is we're here to make an impact. We're here to impact lives. Our product impacts lives. That is our statement. That is what we're here for. Are we here to make money as well? Yeah, absolutely. But nobody's going to make any money if this product's not impacting somebody's life. So we focus on what is the important thing first. It's not the money, it's the impact. We get the money. Don't think that those 2 things are decoupled. But first, it's not about getting the money. It's about offering a solution to somebody. So for you to have a business, you got to have a product or service that solves a problem. What is the problem that we solve? We are a health and wellness company. Actually, I should say Kyani is a health and wellness company. Their job is to produce a product that is going to solve some people's issues. We are partnered with Kyani. We are business partners of Kyani. As a business partner, we have a job to do. The part and the role that we play is not formulating the product. It is not shipping the product. It is not creating a website to be able to sell the product. It is not the translation of this product and the website and everything into 40 different languages. It's not the logistics. It's not any of those things. That is Mr. Brashear's problem and Mr. Hansen's problem, the CEO and the chairman of the company, who, by the way, our CEO is actually one of the head guys in the Direct Sales Association. If y'all ever go look that man up, it's pretty incredible that we actually have somebody that led that organization coming out of it from that perspective into a specific company. You realize how great a company has to be for him to walk away from doing that to come back and join a specific company? That's insane. They got all that part figured out. Our job is we're the connector. We're the connector. It's like Uber. Uber doesn't own the cars. Uber's the connecting service. It finds people that need a ride with people that want to give a ride. Here's what we are. We're the Uber of the health and wellness. We don't own the product. We don't make the product. We don't ship the product. What do? We're the connecting service. We put things together. We put people that are looking for something with the something. We connect those things. That's our job. When we do that, there's going to be a product that's going to be moved. There's going to be volume that's going to occur. If you ever look at a Ford dealership, when Ford's looking at their numbers, An interesting number to them is how many dealerships they have. But a more important number that they look at is how many cars did we move this month? Now, they are interested in how many dealerships there are, but more importantly, they want to know how many cars did they move, how much volume went through, okay? And I use Ford, not Toyota, so. That was for Kathy's benefit. And not Jeeps either, I use Fords. So when you're focusing on this business, ultimately when it's all said and done, the number that's going to make the difference is the volume. The volume is going to tie back to people's lives impacted. Okay? The more volume, then the more volume you see in your back office means the more impact that's going to have occurred. Okay? Some of that is going to be as a direct result of what you're doing right then and there, or it's going to be an indirect result of what you got started. And because of you, you're a key component in this. If you didn't do what you did, everybody in your organization most likely would not have heard about this when they did and how they did. They might hear about it later, but because of you, they heard about it. Because of you, they heard about it, which caused a chain of events, and you are directly responsible in that fashion for impacting somebody's lives. So when you're looking at this from a volume perspective, you can see these numbers. You see 2,000 points for Jade. You see 5,000 points for Pearl. You see 10,000 points for Sapphire, on and on and on and on. A lot of times that number doesn't have any connotation. You just don't, it's like when they're saying how far this black hole is from us and they're taking pictures of it, however they're doing it, you don't really, can't get your arms around, 50,000 light years or however many millennial, it's just a number you can't get your head around. It's like, that sounds like a lot. So what I want to do is I want to break this business down to you from the numbers perspective. I want to give you an idea of what it is that you're looking to be able to do so that you see it as a business and not a lottery ticket, so that you know what your ultimate goal is from a business perspective when you're tracking it from the numbers. Now, for y'all that haven't met me, I don't want you to think that all I'm doing is focus on these numbers. No, I'm focused on the impact of what this is going to do to people's lives. And then we're going to look at these numbers. So that's what we're going to do here. So let me share my screen. All right, we got a lot of people on there and it is lagging my computer. We go. Okay, so let's start with Jade. We are called the Jade Factory, and we're focusing on getting people to the Jade rank. To get to the Jade rank, you need 2,000 points. Now that people see that and go, okay, cool. I don't know what that means. Can you explain what that means? What that means is you need so many people that are going to join your business. They can join your business in two forms. They can be a business partner or they can be a customer. Okay? Now, customers can do a whole bunch of different things. They can buy a whole bunch of different combinations of the Triangle of Health or Fluoresce, but we're going to make this nice and simple, and we're going to focus on the Triangle of Health. We're going to focus on a retail customer, and we're going to focus on them being on auto ship. Okay? And if we do all those things, they're going to be worth 75 points a piece. All right? If you're a business partner, you can come in on 3 different packages. You can do the $3.99 package, the $5.99, or the $12.99. I'm going to go middle of the road and focus on the $5.99 package. And that's going to be, I got a new pin, so I'm figuring out what all the buttons do. And that's going to be 500 points of qualifying volume, or Triangle of Health is 75 points of qualifying volume. Okay? So based on those, when you're looking at getting to Jade, you can do that a couple of different ways. Here's you. And you can go and talk to a couple people. And when you get done, you bring on 3 business partners. Okay? And when you do that, and let's say you just joined the business and all of these people came in at the $5.99 package, then that's 500 per circle here. You've got your 2,000 points in your organization. You made it to Jade. Congratulations. Okay? Now, the other way that you can do this is and I'm going to do this from a numbers perspective just to give a difference in training here, is if you went out and got 7 customers, here's you, and you got 7 of these customers, then you're going to get yourself over 500 points doing it that way. Okay, you're going to get somewhere around 515 or 525. I don't remember what the number is, but we're just going to go ahead and call it 500 to make this nice and easy. So 7 customers here is going to be about 500 points as well. So to get yourself to 2,000 points, you can get yourself and 3 business partners, or you can get 28 customers. And that's going to get you over the line as well. Now, those 28 customers, you can go get all 28 of those, but what would be a whole lot easier is if each of your people were good for 7. That includes you and the 3 business partners that you brought on. So if that's the case, if 28 customers is going to get you to Jade, then what's it going to take to get to Pearl? Pearl's 5,000. So you're going to need about, and these are estimates here, and they're, if you get 70, you're over the number. That's 70 customers is going to get you to Pearl. 140 customers is going to get you to Sapphire. Now, to be clear, that doesn't mean you've got to go get 140 customers. That means your organization needs to impact 140 lives. You can go get 140 business partners and each one of them goes out and gets 1 customer. Or you can go out and get 20 business partners that go get 7. Or you can go find 3 business partners who each go find 3 business partners. And each of them go out and get 7 customers. That gets you to Pearl, and each of these guys go out. If they just got 1, then that's going to get you to Sapphire as well. Anybody have any questions about this so far? This is how many customers you need in your organization to be able to hit this rank, and if all these customers keep buying the product, which 86% of the time they do, then you're going to be at this rank not only when you hit it, you're going to be at it the first of the month if you have them set up their customer shipment to be on the first of the month. The key to our business are these customers. You can have a whole bunch, and think of these as Ford dealerships if you want to, these big circles here, and all of these being dealerships. You can have a whole bunch of dealerships, but if those dealerships aren't selling any cars, nobody's making any money. Nobody's solving any problems. All you're doing is making the landlords, the people that own the property, rich. You're not helping any of the public. You're not getting them Ford vehicles. You're not getting them a car that'll take them from point A to point B. And if you're not doing that, you're not bringing any value. And if you're not bringing any value, Ford ain't going to send you any checks. Same thing happens in Kiona. You can have a whole bunch of business partners, and when they first come on board and they get their box, that's going to be volume, but that's not the volume we're ultimately looking for. You're looking for the volume that when these people come on, first the product's going to impact their life and they're going to be a customer, and they're going to know some people that's going to want to be a customer as well, and we impact their life. You're looking for 7 customers. All right, now in my previous company, for us to even get paid on all of the money that they want to send us, we had to have 20 customers. 20. That's a lot of customers. In this model, you need 7. 7 is the key on the number of customers that you're looking for in this thing. Can you get more? Absolutely. And if you get more customers, guess what? They send you more money. If you got 10 customers, they're going to send you an extra $100 bonus on top of what they're going to send you for each of those customers. If you get a regular retail customer They're spending about $125 on the product. You're going to make $25 on each one of those customers. You do that for 10 customers, that's 250 bucks that you have coming in, plus the $100 bonus for being able to hit that number of customers, that number of volume coming through. That's 350 bucks a month. A lot of y'all, especially if you're just getting started, man, that's not bad money. That's more than I made on my first rental property. That cost me 30 grand to get started. And a whole lot more expenses and downsides and issues and problems and stuff that cost me money. I mean, it was literally just like, what's going to break this month? Guess what? You don't have to deal with any of that. Nothing is going to break on your business. You don't have to worry about, oh crap, the mixer broke, or the bearing went out, or the flatbed sprung a leak, or I don't know what your problems are going to be in all the different businesses that are out there. I've got a machine down right now. I've got a machine that's in our business that's been around since 1996. I graduated in 1995. The thing was still going. What happened? The computer it's running on is such a piece of crap and so old that it had something get fried, and so we're hoping it's going to come back up, or I got to go buy another $10,000 machine. We got a heck of a run out of it, but hey, those are the type of things that can break in a regular business. So when you're looking at this business, what's going to break? Kirk Hansen and Michael Brashears doesn't call you up and say, hey, we're going to need y'all to kick in another 40 bucks this month. We had one of our blueberry machines broke, and we're going to need everybody to kick in a little bit to be able. No, you don't get any of those phone calls. You don't get none of those. The worst thing that's going to happen is, hey, I just got my box in, and everything in it was busted, and Kiani is just the worst. And then you say, it's like, did Kiani ship that to you, or did FedEx ship that to you? Well, FedEx. Do you think maybe it was FedEx that maybe broke something? Or do you think that's going to be about the worst thing that's going to break in your business, all right? Worst case scenario, that happens about 1 in 1,000. That's the extent of what you're going to have to deal with. So when you look at this from a business perspective, and you look at all you got to do is go get a couple customers. This is really one of the simplest businesses in the world if you treat it like a business. Some people, like I mentioned, treat it like a scratch off. They get their scratch off, they scratched off 5 things, and in about 3.5 minutes, they're pissed off that they didn't hit $25,000 a month. Don't treat your business that way. Treat your business as, this is new, I'm still figuring everything out, I'm coming to Power Hour so that I can get my hands around this thing, I'm calling the person that brought me in, or if I don't like them, I'm skipping them, and I'm calling, this guy that keeps showing up on Thursday, or that guy that gets the big eyes every once in a while on Monday, I'm going to reach out to him. Call one of us, man. We're here for you. I promise you. There are so many leaders in this thing. There's so many leaders in this thing that are in it to help you. Mr. Jones was helping Joanne. They're not even in the same organization. Are we on Team Kiani? Are we on Team Jade Factory? Absolutely. So don't think that you're bothering somebody. Don't think that you're wasting their time. Don't think that you're bugging them. We are here to help you with that. But we cannot help you if we don't know where you're stuck. So if you got any questions ever, reach out to us. Reach out on the Kiani Local. Reach out on the Power Hour channel. Reach out. Just do something. Just don't sit there. I've had people say, well, I didn't get any support. Dude, we've called you 6 times. You didn't say you need anything. We don't have ESP. You got to let us know. You got to reach out to us to let us know so we can help you with that. But when it comes down to this business, I'm going to share my screen again. This business is simply a matter of building an organization, either having a huge Ford dealership where you are moving a lot of units yourself, and that's absolutely doable. Maybe you're connected with a whole bunch of people that are in the fitness world, or maybe you work at a nursing home. I don't know what. There's 1,000 different combinations on how you can build this. But if you know a lot of people that need to be healthier, you got a great opportunity here on making a huge Ford dealership yourself, or you can go find some other Ford dealerships who will find other Ford dealerships who will go out and they'll grab and they'll move a couple of units. The key ratio you're looking for is 3 and 7. 3 business partners, 7 customers, rinse and repeat. Make sure the next person comes on. Make sure they're getting to their 7 customers. When they do that, a big check mark goes off. Make sure that the next people that are coming in. Now, does that mean that you're done talking to people? If you want to be, sure. Or you can just keep listening. Keep listening to the people that are working with you, the people that are going to your church, going to your school. Get with those people. Listen to what they're saying. I promise you they're talking about how they don't feel good, how they don't have any energy, how they're tired all the time, how they're not making any money, they haven't been on a trip. Listen for these things, and then all you need to do is ask them, hey, I heard what you said about that. Is that something that you've been dealing with for a long time? Is that something that you want to fix? If they say yes, say, great, I know a guy that can help you with that. Or if you know enough about the product, tell them your personal story. Now, don't go in there and give them a PhD lesson on what all is in this product. All you got to do is pass that to somebody else so you can get back to what you were doing for the day. Don't think that I'm too busy to do this business. If you think that, then we have failed in teaching you this system. We have not done a good job of getting you to see this, and I take responsibility for that. If you think you don't have enough time to do this business, I ask you to personally reach out to me. I'm going to apologize right now that if you don't feel you got time to do this business, I'm taking ownership on that I did not do a good enough job of making sure you got trained. If you have that concern, I want you to reach out to me. I want you to call me on that number. And that's actually my number. I didn't give you somebody else's number just to mess with them. That's actually mine. Okay? Plug that into your phone right now and call me. And we'll take care of that issue. Now, moving forward, let's do a little vision casting here, because once you hit 140, the next number you want to look at is about, and this is a conservative number. It's a little high, but it's a nice round number, so I'm going to use it. That's Ruby. About 350 customers in your organization. Dang, Casey, that's a lot of people. Not really. Not really. It's about 50 people in your organization. And those 50 people went out and got 7 customers. Well, dang, Casey, 50 business partners. That's 54 dealerships. That's nuts. Let me show you how you get to 50 real easy. You find your 3. Each of those 3 are going to find 3. Each of those 3 are going to talk to 3. Each of those 3 are going to talk to 3. And guess what? You're well over 50 somewhere in between here and here. And then each of those people are going to go out and get 7 customers. Because you can go out and you can do a whole bunch of stuff and bring a whole bunch of people on this team. You can go, I can talk to anybody. I'm going to get all these people. They're all going to join. And if they all join and they don't do anything and they don't get any customers, guess what happens next month? Nobody sold any Fords. No Fords moved. Nobody wanted them. So you got all these dealerships and no volume. And that'll knock a lot of people out of this business. So we are looking for both. Don't focus on one or the other. Let the person you're talking to determine that. So Ruby, 350 customers. Emerald, about 700 customers. $1,400 customers. Diamond. Do you want to stop there? I don't know. Maybe you want to keep going. 3,500 customers. Blue Diamond. About 7,000 customers. Green Diamond. Now, the other way that you can hit Green Diamond is you can get 1,000 business partners. Now, that's great for that month, but next month you got to go get another 1,000 business partners if none of them are getting any customers. I promise you that's a hell of a lot harder than it is to go out and just get 3 business partners and 7 customers and then show those people how to do the same thing. Show them how to do this without throwing up blueberries on people, without having to be a hotel hero or a living room legend every single night of every single week where you never get to see your family and you go from room to room to room to room. I've done that before. I've been there, done that. It's not something I choose to continue to do. That's why we've built this way. That's why this takes time to be able to get everything refined. It's all refined. It's all there. You're going to see the explosion. It's already happening. I track these numbers, folks. I'm telling you, mark my words. It's just growing and growing and growing. You can go fast or you can go slow, and that is completely up to you. It depends on a couple of things. Let me keep going here on these numbers. Green Diamond, be about 7,000 customers. Purple Diamond is about 14,000 customers. Red Diamond is about 28,000 customers. Heck, while we're at it, let's just finish it off just for fun. Double Red's about 56,000 customers. $140 is black, 140,000 customers. Double Black's about 333,000 customers. With the combination of customers and business partners coming on board, that's where the number, it's not where it came from. It was the number that freaked me out, that when the number 200,000 entered my soul for the number of lives impacted, that when I did the math on it, I saw that that hits Double Black Diamond. That's 25 million QV per month. And the way we're going to build it, that's going to make $1 million a week. Am I doing it because I need $1 million a week? Nope. I'm doing it because I desire $1 million a week to show that it can be done. It's like the 4-minute mile. This is the 4 million month. And we're going to do it because we're going to help people. We're not going to do it. Here's how we're not going to do it in this organization. We're not going to do it by fear of missing out. You can do it that way, or you can do it by bringing value. We're building a true business that's not scaring everybody into it, because what's that going to do? They're not going to keep doing it. It's a transaction. You're trying to get one transaction and move to the next one. That's not how we're doing it. We're building a true residual income business that will continue to pump out and continue to help people month after month, and those numbers will keep rising. It won't be just as fast as they're coming in, they're leaving on the back end. That's not what we're building. So when you're doing this, now, can you get people to look at this and say, look, you don't want to miss out on this? Absolutely. But it's about showing them this first instead of only this. It's not about just getting crazy and be excited. I want you to be excited, but I want there to be substance to it. I want there to be value to it. I want it to be because you know you're holding the goods, and you are. This business is such a powerhouse. So when you're looking at these numbers and you're like, oh my goodness gracious, I can't even get my head wrapped around this. Keep moving up this list until you see a number that you can handle. And that goes all the way to here. Can you get yourself 28 customers? Man, that's a lot of customers. But I know when you get to this right here, I can get 3 business partners. I can get 7 customers. And then let me break this even further back to this is what your goal is. Let me show you how you get to the 3 and 7. 3 business partners, 7 customers. Here's how you do it. You draw a box on your paper, and every day you write in this box how many people you said hi to. Because if you don't start a conversation, if you don't reach out and have a conversation with people, I didn't say sell people, I didn't say bug people, I said say hi to them. Start a conversation. Miss Joanne had a great conversation 2 days ago with a nice gentleman who was delivering a package, if I got the story right. Says hi, how are you doing today? Has a little chit chat. And she goes on a limb and says, hey, let me ask you, Carlos, do you keep your options open to earn an additional income? Simple question. What did Carlos say? Yes, ma'am. That led to a series of steps afterwards where he ultimately got in front of the information, which was a recording of a presentation that Mr. Miles Stallard and yours truly did 2 weeks ago. he watched that, and that was on a Tuesday, and then on Wednesday, he joined the business. That could not have happened if Joanne did not say hello. Mr. Eddie Blacknell recently spoke with a lady at his place of business where he works at. I know that place because I worked there for about a decade. I just retired from there about 3 months ago, and Mr. Eddie is right on my heels for getting out of there too. And he was in the cafeteria, and he had a conversation with somebody. It started with, hello, how are you doing today? And so he was able to put a number in the box. Joanne was able to put a number in the box. And because Eddie had that conversation and said hi, another conversation continued on, and Eddie listened to him, and come to find out, this lady's looking to earn some additional income as well, also looking to get healthier. So what does Eddie do? He puts her on the phone. She comes to an event. She takes a look at the presentation. She sees the information in a different format, had some objections that she had to get overcome. And after checking up on her and doing our process, not things that you have to do, you just said hi and you listened, but steps that we do, she just joined the business. Mr. David Daniel, sitting at Buffalo Wild Wings with his son, having a meal. Waiter comes up. They've seen him before. Literally, Mr. Daniel's son, who's, how old is he, 11, remembers the waiter's name. Just a little life pro tip here. Remember people's names. Write it down. Find an interesting way to do it. David's son, 11 years old, remembers his name. Says hi and says his name. I talked to the guy today. That made an impression on him. He said hi. He had a conversation. He was a human being. Guy sees the presentation, joins the business. He's coming over to my place of business tomorrow at my business, and I'm going to train him on how to do this business. It all starts with this box. How many did you put in the box today? How many people did you say hello to today? How many conversations did you have? Were you trying to sell them, or were you trying to find out what they had going on in their lives? If you're trying to sell them, you're not going to be successful at this business unless you're a professional salesperson, and even then, you're not going to be successful in this business doing it that way. I give you Mr. David Jones, who tried it that way. Mr. David Jones is a freaking beast in selling stuff in the corporate fashion. He came in here and said, Casey, dude, I got this. Do you know what I do? I do know what he does. He didn't do it this way. He saw that. He goes, man, my numbers aren't doing what I thought. Maybe I should be coachable, which he is extremely coachable. And that's why he's crushing it. Number 7 in the entire United States with him and Tara and the top recruiters in the entire freaking company in North America right now. Why? Because he's doing this system. And that's not the only week that they've been the top recruiters in the entire country. Actually, I think it might even been North America, so the continent, including Canada and Mexico. So use this system. Say hi. Stop trying to sell it to people. Find out what they've got going on. If you're not sure what that's all about, look at the training that I've done for a Jade, Road to Jade. I go through every step of what we need to do. I'll give it to you here in 15 seconds. You're going to say hi. You're going to find out where it hurts with them. Do they need more wealth? Do they need more health? Do they need more time? Or would they like to make more contribution to the world? Which one of these check marks or check boxes need a check mark in it for them? Once you figure that out, you ask them, hey, what I observed was you need better health, or you need better wealth, or you need more time, or you'd like to make a bigger difference because your job sucks. Did I get that right? Yes, you did. Cool. Is that something you want to fix? Do you want to fix that? That's the next step. Don't skip that step. I do want to fix it. What do you got? I got a guy. I know a guy, or I know a girl. Well, what about it? They're going to explain it to you. Well, why don't you explain it to me? Because that's not what I do. Why don't you? Because I don't have to. I got a guy. Why do I want to talk to him? Because he's kind of good at what he does. He just retired. He's 42 years old. He retired from a corporate division. He's on 2 magazine covers. He's leading the expansion of a company in the 4th largest city in the United States of America. You probably want to talk to the guy. Well, I don't want to talk to him. Who else you got? We got a whole bunch of people. Get with your upline, get with your business partner, get with your senior business partner, get with your leader. We've got it covered. If they don't want to talk to them, cool. Keep having this broke, or have that broke, or have that broke, or have that broke. I'm good. And so are you. They don't want to fix it. That's ultimately why we ask that. That's all you got to do. I know a guy. I need you to talk to him. Your work's done. So it starts with this box. How many people are you putting in that box a day? How many people are you starting a conversation with? How many people are you following up with to continue the conversation? Casey, I don't know how to have a conversation. You need to read a book. It's called How to Win Friends and Influence People. Read that book. Focus on that. Have those conversations. It's about them. If you're trying to do this for you, they're going to sense that. If you're just trying to make a sell, they're going to sense that. If you're just focused on 3 and 7 when you're talking to them, they're going to sense that. You look at the 3 and 7 before you get in the game. You get your head wrapped around on this is what I'm ultimately trying to get to, but then you put that in the vault and you focus on them. You say hi. You find out what's going on in their life. When you identify it, you think you've identified it, you verify it. Hey, is that something you're dealing with for a while? Do you want to fix that? Yeah, what do you got? I know a guy. If you'll have 40, if you'll get yourself up to 40 of these conversations, not in one day, but over a length of time, determine how fast you want to do this. I'm telling you, 40 of these conversations getting started is probably going to lend itself to about 10 people that are going to have, all 40 are going to have one of these things, right? There's going to be something going on in their life on health, wealth, time, or contribution. If they're not, they're squared away. Good for them. God bless them. You probably just didn't have a deep enough conversation with them. But I bet you talk to 40 people are going to have a check in one of those boxes. I mean, who does not need to be more healthy? Oh, I'm the epitome of health. Yeah, probably not. Well, no, I go to the gym, I do this. Where do you eat? Do you eat on planet Earth? Yeah. Chances are you're not getting all the nutrients that you need to have. And it's about prevention. It's about giving your body and making it stronger. So you talk to 40, when it's all said and done, you're going to have about 10 that when you identify their thing, about 10 of them are going to want to fix it. About 10 of them are going to want to talk to somebody. When we get done talking to those 10, I bet you're going to end up with 3 business partners and 7 customers. You're not getting them to this part. You're getting them from here to the pass. And then your work's done. We'll do this part. We'll get them enrolled. We'll get them signed up in your organization. We do that for you. That's the done for you model. That's what we do for you. So what that means is you need to plan on a page. There's 5. There's slots for 5 names. You need to print that page out 8 times. That's going to give you the 40 people that you're going to chat with. You might not be able to think of all of them right now. That's fine. But as you go through the day, keep your mind open, keep your ears open, listen to them. Now, here's the big thing. What I just showed you is the math. It's the process. All of that is about 20% of the business. %80 of the business is in about the 6 to 8 inches between these little floppy things on the side of your head. What's going to make you successful or not successful in this business is not that 20% I just showed you of what we do. It's up here. If you want to break it down into the 3 things that are going to make you successful in this business, I can give them to you right now. If you're going to take notes, this is the part to take notes on for the night. The three traits that's going to help you be extremely successful in this is, the first one is you got to have a burning desire. If you look on the plan on the page, and I'm going to redo it because I thought about that this morning, I say desires, your why. We're going to change that. It's got to be a burning desire. Some of you, let me say this better, all of you have desires. A few of you have burning desires. I'm okay with it either way. I'm just telling you what it's going to take if you want to blow this thing up. It's got to be a burning desire. That is not always a given. You might be extremely comfortable with what you do. I promise you, if you are comfortable, you probably don't have a burning desire. I can tell you right now that Mr. Jones is extremely uncomfortable. He's got a case of scratchy ass right now, if you want to get down to it. He's got a burning desire to be successful in this business. How do I know that? Because the man is taking crazy action. He will not allow himself to sit still. He is constantly about going out and helping people. Is he going to get something for that? Yes, absolutely. His burning desire is forefront when his eyes snap to the first thing one of the first few things going through his head that day is his burning desire. Do you have that burning desire? Do you have just a desire or a burning desire? If you don't have one that's like, well, I got a couple of things that'd be kind of nice, not a burning desire. Mr. Jake Wernitsnik did a great training this weekend about burning desire. There's just desire. He called those needs, those little want tos, and then the stuff that you got to, must have. Figure out what that is. If it can be achieved with more health, more wealth, more time, or more contribution, then you've got yourself one of the best vehicles on the planet to achieve it. And the chances are it probably falls into one of those four things, or you wouldn't be on Power Hour right now. You saw this as a vehicle that will help you get there. So that's the first trait that you got to have, is a burning desire. The second one is you've got to take, for your notes, second one, massive action. Some of you got a burning desire, but it keeps getting doused. Dirt keeps getting thrown on it like a campfire on a Sunday morning when everybody's leaving the campsite. It's smoldering in there, but it ain't a 10-foot high flame with jet fuel being pumped into it on one side and oxygen on the other. Massive action is what it requires. You've got to take massive action. What does that mean? You say hi to more people. It means you have real conversations. Don't get crazy and just run into a crowded room and say hi to 50 people and think that's what I mean by that. It's not. It means be more intentional. It means be more consistent. It means go out there and chat with people. When you think about it, when you have the inspiration to do it, do it. Don't come up with all the excuses on why not. That's where the 80% comes in. It's not the technical that you're having an issue with. If it is, call me. I can solve that in 30 minutes to an hour and a half. I will have you squared away on the technical. That's how good this process is. The only thing that's going to keep you out of it is the 80%, and that's that fight you're going to have in your head. And that's going to keep you out of massive action. Now, let me give you a 2.A on this, because you can take all crazy, nuts, massive action, but if it's the wrong action, not going to be so good. So the 2.A is to take the correct action. That's where the technical comes in. Burning desire, massive action with the correct action. That's that 20% I was talking about. And then the final thing is a little grace, a little love, and letting that all come together. When those three things line up, guess what? Crazy, unbelievable, earth-shattering changes happen. Not just in your life, but everybody else's. So make sure that you understand that that's the distance between you and where you're at and where you want to get to. There's a distance. It's a certain amount of QV. It's a certain amount of customers that I was showing you. Because I don't know where you want to be. Maybe Share my screen again. Maybe jade is what you're looking for. That's about $300 a month. Maybe pearl at $659 a month is what you're looking for. Maybe sapphire at $1,561 is what you're looking for. Maybe ruby at $3,400 a month is what you're looking for. Or emerald at $7,400 a month. Or diamond at $14,000. Or blue diamond at $25,000. Or $47,000 at green diamond. Or $75,000 at purple. Or $150,000 at red. Or $200,000 at double red. Or $500,000 at black. Or $1 million at double black. I don't know. You know where your destination is. You know which one of these numbers takes care of it. And I'll tell you, this one is one of the first great ones. This one is amazing. Those three that I circled right there are going to change your life, honestly. You know how many miles, how much volume, how many customers you got to get to. So once you know the distance, once you know how many miles it takes to get from here to Miami, if that's where you want to go, all I'm telling you is it just depends on how fast you want to go. How bad do you want to be in Miami right now? Some of y'all don't want to be in Miami bad enough. That's cool. I'm good with that. If you don't want to go to Miami, you don't go to Miami. Some of you, oh my, I got to get to Miami. Well, cool. How far is it for you to get to Miami? It's about this many. Okay, cool. Now we know what. So now what do? We take massive action. What's our action? You say hi. You go through those steps, the correct steps, the correct action. How fast do I do that? As fast as you want to get to Miami. Some of you want to take a long time to get there. That's cool. Some of you think you got to do this. Hey, it's your experience. You put your quarters in the video game. You play it however you want to. I'm just telling you, some of you are saying you want to get to Miami faster, and what you're doing isn't effective. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. I'm saying it's not effective. This path is extremely effective. I mean, it's stupid effective. Just ask Joanne, just ask Dave, just ask David Jones, ask Eddie Blacknell, ask Rob Slagle, ask all the people, Michelle, I mean, she's crushing it. Goodness gracious. Michelle is staying at the mansion is working so well. All she did, well, that's all I did was just do what y'all said. Yeah, guess what? Get to go to the mansion. It's cool. Chanel, same thing, crushing it. A lot of you in this organization are crushing it. You're doing it. And here's what I mean by crushing it. You're doing what you desire to do. I'm not going to say how many you got to do to say you're crushing it. It's, are you doing what's effective? Well, I want to go to Miami. Well, right now, the road is taking you to Seattle. You want to go to Seattle? Cool, but that's not going to, it's going to take you a lot longer to loop back around to make it to Miami going that way. I just want to get you back on the path that's going to serve you. And here's the roadmap, burning desire. Before your head hits the pillow tonight, figure out what that is. Casey, I'm not quite sure. Guess what? It can change too. Don't think you got to write it down and that's it. We got to put it in concrete and put it over the man. No, that's not how. Write it down. You can get another sheet of paper. Start there. And keep doing it until you can then mark it down. And guess what? Even then, your desires can absolutely become new desires. But make sure it's a burning desire. That's the adjustment that I want a lot of people to make, is right now the desire's there, but it's not burning. I want to go outside today. That's a desire. Oh shit, the house is on fire. Let's get out right now. That's a burning desire. So get that part figured out. Take massive action for you. Well, Casey, I got this. I didn't say come up with the excuses. That time that you spent telling me the excuse of why you can't do it, you couldn't reach out to somebody and said hi. That goes back to that mindset. What's going on in your head? The business part of this, extremely easy. Oh my God, let me say this, it's so simple. It's extremely simple. There's 4 steps. I put it on the little screen there. That's right, Chanel, just do it. The key is just doing it. That part, not easy. Why? Your terrorist gets a hold of you. Y'all know who he is. We talked about him. Be aware of him. Once you're aware of him, stop focusing on him. Go back to desire. Why are you doing this? Where do you want to go? Are you here to help people? Are you trying to sell them? No. You're trying to offer them a solution if they got a problem. Find out if they have a problem first. But make sure what starts the whole thing is the catalyst. We're human beings. We are motivated by what's in it for us. That's how this video game was set up. It's how we're engineered. It's how the drugs are released in our system that cause us to go do things. When we're hungry, a little drug gets released in our system that says go eat. When we're sleepy, a little drug gets released in our system that says go eat, go to sleep, get up, go to the bathroom. That's all chemical reactions going on. That's how we're wired. So figure out for you, what's the thing that gets you going? Casey, I want to help other people. I promise you, there's a feeling in your body that fires up when you help others. There is a actual chemical reason for that. I'm good with that. Just know when it all comes back to it, there is something that you're doing this for you. Is it going to help others? Absolutely. Don't be upset about it being something that's a burning desire for you. I want to help a lot of people. Let's go do it. Let your actions show me that it's a burning reason, that it's a burning desire. If you don't know the correct actions to take, that one has to be you reaching out to us and saying, now we're going to reach out to you too, because we look at the numbers, and if you're not doing the steps, those 4 simple steps, and that last one is when you pass it to us, we're going to know. We're going to call you up. We're going to say, hey, we did not do a good enough job explaining to you what these steps are, but you need to take a little bit of ownership on it, and depending on how fast you want to get to Miami, call us and say, Casey, I don't get how to do these steps. I gave you my phone number. Reach out to me. I'm not quite certain how to do these steps. I promise you, I want to sit with you and fix that. I'm really good at fixing that, if you want me to. And then after that, have a little grace. That means let the process have some time. Casey, I want tomatoes tomorrow. We'll go to the store. We don't have a store. Well, then plant some, okay? But I want them tomorrow. Doesn't work that way. You got to plant the crop. You got to till the soil. You got to plant the seeds. You can't just look at the ground and say, tomatoes, 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 tomatoes. They ain't popping up. It's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. You got to plant the seeds. You got to put the tomato seeds in there. Some of you planting lemons and expecting tomatoes, and it don't work that way either. So plant the crop. Plant it, put it in there, and that's where you have that grace. Let the magic. Your part's easy, man. Your part's real easy. You just plant. You're co-creating now, but the hard work's being done by something else. That's where the grace comes in. Let the magic happen. Plant the seeds. Have some grace. Take some time with it. That doesn't mean plant 1 tomato seed and hope to have a huge crop of tomatoes in about 90 days. Doesn't work that way. Why? Because there's going to be some things that are going to happen. The birds are going to get some of them. You're going to plant them in some bad spots. They ain't going to get watered. The thorns are going to get them. Those things are going to happen. So plant more. That's where 40 comes in. Plant 40 seeds. 10 of them are going to pop up. 3 of them are going to be that special type of tomato. 7 of them are going to be the other type of special tomato. You want both. And then guess what? They're going to plant seeds, and they're going to plant seeds, and they're going to plant seeds. Do you stop planting? Nope. Again, depending on how fast you want to get there. How bad do you want to get to Miami? How burning desire is that? That's all this business is. That is everything. Watch this recording over and again. Play it back when you're driving. Focus on these things. Take the massive steps. If you're confused on what those are, reach out to us. And that's what we got. If you've got any questions on that, 832-771-0730. That's my phone number. You can call that. You can text that. You can send me a Facebook message. You can send me an email. Fastest out of all of those is send me a text message or call me. I'm kind of bad on voicemail. So call me. If I don't answer, send me a text message. Okay? 2 minutes over. That's all right. All right. Did anybody get any value out of tonight? Give me a thumbs up if you did. Yep. Cool. A couple hands went up. Awesome. All right. Mission accomplished. Yes. So this recording is going to be made available as soon as I download it and get it up on YouTube. I'll post the link in the Power Hour channel, and I'll also put it on Tiny Local. All right, with that, I'm going to unmute the line so everybody can say good night. Appreciate y'all being on. Make sure you are getting your tickets to Salt Lake City. Make sure you're doing that. Make sure you're overcoming any objection that you might have, because I promise you that burning desire is big enough. That massive action is going to be going through Salt Lake City. Okay? The way to get to Miami is through Salt Lake City. I know that sounds weird, but it is. So make sure you're there. Make sure you're getting there. If you don't know how to get there, if you're not quite sure, you got obstacles, we are problem solvers. That's what we do. So get with us. All right, everybody. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thank you for joining. We'll see you at the next one on Monday.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Thank you.
Good night.
Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks for coming.
Good night.
Night.
Good job.